Everyone, it seems, is flocking to the internet in search of love. But are they finding it?
Join me as I unscramble the myths of modern love in Lovesick, the web series.
So many aspects of our lives today now play out online. We feel comfortable doing a bank transaction on the web because it's familiar. We can be just as unassuming about online dating. Meeting a stranger off a website or an app can't be any more of a risk than meeting one in a bar. Surely.
My name is Pete Zayons. I'm 44 years old. 3 years ago, I was raped by someone who I met on an online dating app called Grindr. I was 40 and I wasn't feeling so good. Life is supposed to begin at 40, but for me it felt like it was starting to end. So I started to use Grindr, which is an application for finding other men close to you. A guy sort of messaged me on Grindr and he's like, "Oh, you're really close." And the premise was actually set up that I would go and give him a massage because he was complaining about muscular problems and been out partying and he was feeling, tired. And when I first got there, I was really distressed by the state of the place. It really looked like someone had just trashed the whole house. He actually answered the door in his underwear. It was like, that I'm forgiving all this mess because what I see there is really, really attractive. He dragged me off into his room. His pupils were all dilated. He'd taken some kind of drug. In a moment, it went from me giving this guy a massage to him basically flipping me over in like a wrestling move. He proceeded to push me against a wall so hard and violently that he dislocated my jaw. Because of the way that he physically had me, I couldn't move. He raped me, and in the process of doing that caused internal injuries. Once he was finished, it was that whole get out, just leave. I was bleeding, so I had bloody underwear, bloody jeans, and a shirt that was also now covered in blood. And I called a taxi because I just wanted to get straight to the hospital. But because of what he'd done to my face, I wasn't able to speak properly. I walked from Artarmon to Royal North Shore Hospital. And it took me nearly 2 hours. When I got there, I was immediately triaged by the triage nurse. Because she could see what had happened to me.
Geosocial dating apps have become increasingly popular in the gay community in the last 4 years. I think that one of the real advantages of using these apps is it allows individuals the opportunity to connect with each other. And this is particularly important when you are a minority, like a young gay man, and you want to find your social support networks, your sense of community. One of the distinct disadvantages of using these apps is it does expose you to people who might not have their best intentions. And of course, there is the danger that you could meet somebody who could cause you physical, emotional, or sexual harm. You are talking to a virtual stranger when you go online, and for that reason, you can't have a full trusting relationship with that person until you meet them face to face. If you're meeting somebody for the first time from one of these geosocial dating apps, I would say consider meeting up with them in a place which is public so that you have the opportunity to use your intuition, to exercise your judgment about what kind of person this person is who you're meeting up with, and to always have an escape strategy in place. So who are your emergency contacts? Who are you going to phone if something goes wrong? With education and awareness, I hope that online communities can improve to be as healthy, as safe, and as well as they can possibly be.